Hi guys, welcome back to Goodbye Grains. Today we are making slow cooker cabbage rolls. Now I have professed my love for the slow cooker in many of my other videos and definitely on my blog. Slow cooker recipes are some of my favorite to come up with because they make weeknight meals a snap. So today we are making cabbage rolls. Now the ingredients, I'm using some grass-fed ground beef. And then obviously a head of cabbage. Now this, what we're going to do is cut out the core, and then you're going to take the leaves and you want to either steam or boil them for a little bit until they're nice and soft and pliable. And we're kind of almost making, the best way I can describe it is like mini meatball burritos. And you'll definitely understand why I say that once we actually start making these. But this is kind of going to act as your tortilla, I guess, as a burrito. And then the filling is more of kind of like a meatball type of filling. And then you make a tomato-based sauce over the top. So that is kind of how we're going to be making these. Now for some flavor to add, we're going to be using part of a red onion. This I'm actually going to grate. And so because of that, you don't need a huge amount of onion because you're going to get a lot of that flavor when you grate it. We're going to be using garlic, a little bit, this is a little bit of my homemade coconut flour. I'll also link that video down below of how I make my homemade coconut flour. I did a video a couple months back about that. We're going to be using some lemon juice, kosher salt, and this is some white pepper this time. We're going to be using tomato paste and then a little bit of anchovy paste. This actually gives a really great flavor. Now the ingredients in this thing are just anchovies, olive oil, salt, and vinegar. And so definitely, I mean, I think I bought this in the store for $1 or $2, and this tube will last you a really long time. Just keep it definitely, I throw it in the fridge once it's opened. So we have a little bit of apple cider vinegar. And then this is just over a cup of tomato sauce. This is going to be the base for the sauce that we make and that we're going to pour over the cabbage rolls. So now that we've got our ingredients, let's start making. Okay, so the first thing we're going to make is the sauce that's going to be poured over the cabbage rolls. So I have my tomato sauce here. This is just over a cup of tomato sauce. And we're just going to add a splash of the apple cider vinegar. Just a little bit of salt. You don't want to go crazy on the amount of salt since there's obviously some salt from the tomato sauce that you're going to get. Just a dash of white pepper. You can add as much or as little as you like. And then we're going to do half of a lemon worth of juice. So I usually just hold my hand right over or underneath the lemon. Just to make sure that I don't add any seeds into our sauce. So, got one little guy here. And then now you can just kind of stir this all together. This is super simple sauce. You don't want anything too crazy because you're going to have a ton of flavor from the cabbage roll filling itself. So you want this sauce to be really simple. Okay, so for the filling, we're going to mix together all of the seasonings and spices first and then add the ground beef. This way you're not overworking the ground beef and kind of making it tough. You want this filling to be nice and light. So we have, this is our grated red onion and then some of our garlic. We can add that straight into the bowl. We're going to be adding some more salt and just a hint of pepper. And then we're going to be adding about a tablespoon worth of the tomato paste. This is actually a nice binder for the meat mixture. We're just going to be adding a touch of this anchovy paste. You don't want to add too much because obviously it has a lot of flavor packed in a very small amount of paste. Then we can grab our spoon and kind of mix this all together. And this is kind of what it looks like. Now we're just going to add a small amount of the of the coconut flour. So you're probably only going to add about a tablespoon worth. You don't want to add a ton. You don't want it to start making it like a grainy texture, but you do want to add a little bit just to kind of hold the meat mixture together. And when the meat juices kind of start to seep out, you want that to kind of be thickened by the coconut flour. So now that we have all those ingredients in, we can add our ground beef right in. I want to make sure you get all that. And then usually the best thing to use is your hands. So kind of scoop all that out and then use your hands to kind of work the ingredients into the meat. You want to just mix it until everything is well combined. You don't need to be mixing it for a whole entire minute. You just want to do this until everything is kind of well mixed together. Okay, so now that we have our meat filling ready, we can go grab our cabbage and start rolling and putting them into the slow cooker. Okay, so now that we have all of our cabbage rolls rolled up and into our slow cooker, we can give our sauce just one more quick stir and then evenly kind of try to, as best you can, pour this all over the top of the cabbage rolls. You want these to be pretty much all covered with the sauce. So now you can pop the lid on and turn your slow cooker on to low for about 8 hours, and then these are going to be ready to serve. This is the perfect recipe now that school's starting again, and those slow cooker meals are definitely going to come in handy. This is also perfect for fall time, kind of a warm, nice, comforting meal. That's really easy to kind of get on the table for your family. So definitely give this recipe a shot. I will see you guys next week. Bye.